Autumn Beckman here. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. My channel is all about luxury on a budget, so if you're into that sort of thing, please make sure you subscribe, click the bell notification icon to be notified when I post new videos, and be sure to like the videos that you enjoy. I recently did a video talking about a clothing subscription box called Fashion. They reached out to me, offered me a free box of clothing. They had some really great things about them. I'd never been, I won't go into all this again. I explained all this in the fashion thing. I went ahead and said yes to that, went through the whole process, and overall I felt like I was kind of frustrated because I didn't care for the clothes that they picked for me. I didn't feel like they were my style. I felt like to some degree they did not listen to what I said my style was. I wasn't very happy with the quality of the pieces, and I thought that they were overpriced for the quality. While I was going through this process with them, I decided to try a few more clothing subscription boxes that I went ahead and purchased, or at least nothing was given to me for free here. So the first one I want to talk to you about is Stitch Fix, and as I'm filming this, I'm also waiting on a box from Wantable. I have to say I am so much happier with Stitch Fix. I got the box last night. I already ripped into it and tried everything on, but I wanted to go ahead and show you guys and talk to you about it. They had a great process online where you go in and put your sizes in and things you like, things you don't like, and you can write to your stylist and tell them what kinds of pieces you're looking for, what you don't want, what your favorite colors are, things like that. So I got this box in the mail last night, opened it up, and as soon as I took out the clothing, which was folded and then wrapped in paper, so it was open on one side, you know, like the paper was wrapped around, but it was open on the ends, and I could see the colors and the textures of the fabrics, I was like, yes, they listened to me. This looks like stuff I want. And honestly, I was weirdly a little disappointed because I've been watching videos on YouTube about all these different clothing subscription boxes, and the prices seem to be quite a bit more expensive than what I usually pay. Like I said in the fashion video, I tend to shop at TJ Maxx. I'm used to paying $15 to $20 for a top, so I feel like why would I pay $60, $70, $80 for a top when I could get something nice like this, same quality, for so much cheaper. But I was curious to try these other boxes anyway. I was curious to see how well they would do styling me based on what I said. I was curious about their process. And even though there are tons of other videos about these companies online, I thought some of you guys might be interested to learn more about the process too. So the reason I was a little disappointed, getting back to the point here, is because based on the videos that I've seen, these clothes are more expensive. And I kind of didn't want to like everything because I didn't want to be tempted to spend that much on clothing. Because one of the ways that I save for luxury handbags is by shopping at TJ Maxx. All right, let's get into this and I'll show you what I got. So here is how it came packaged, except that this paper wasn't just sitting on top, it was actually wrapped around the clothing. They have in here sort of a receipt. It's the list of the clothing. I'll show you these at the end because it shows what the clothing is. But it shows the clothing and the prices. And with these guys, you only get a discount if you keep all 5 pieces. You get 25% off. And it actually made a really big impact. You also pay a $25 styling fee before the box is shipped to you, and that $25 goes toward any clothes that you decide to keep, and you get 25% off. If you only keep, let's say, one item, your $25 goes toward that item. If you don't keep anything, you lose your $25. You also get an envelope from USPS to ship back anything that you don't want. Here are my clothes. So let me just show you these real quick and then I'll do the try on and tell you. Spoiler alert, I don't plan to keep anything. Even though at first glance, I love all of it, there were some fit issues, which is one of the reasons I've been hesitant to do subscription boxes for clothing, because I feel like I'm hard to fit. I think I'm actually a little easier to fit than I think I am. I'm just particular. I'm the problem here for sure, because they sent great stuff. All right, here's the first item. I love this. As soon as I saw it, when it was folded, I saw this gray leopard, and I've been wanting a top in gray leopard. As soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, that's staying with me. But then when I try it on, I'll show you why it's not. So it is kind of like a sweatshirt. It's not really a sweatshirt. It's this very soft, it's kind of thin where you can see through it a little bit. Very soft, it would be warm, long sleeve, so cute. Like I talked about in the last video, if I was out shopping in a store, every one of these items in this box, except the one jewelry piece, I would have picked up and tried on. I love this. I'm really disappointed about the fit issue, you'll see. Next item Also love this, love all of these, is this blue top. This is more of a work top, and you'll be able to see it a little better when I try it on. But it's got this V-neck, and then on the sleeves it has this tie detail. It's so pretty. On the back, the bottom hem is dipped like a circle, but on the front, and this is the problem with the fit issue that we'll see, it has this cute tie detail, but it doesn't look so cute on me. This one I'm actually thinking about keeping just so I don't lose my $25, but I'm not sure. So this is a sweater very similar to what I have on, except that it is striped, obviously. I really like it. It is pretty thin. I noticed when I took it out of the box, you can see, you won't be able to see this on camera, but when you hold it up 2 layers, you can see through to the back. Oh, I think you can see. You can see the stripes on the back there. And the next item, when I wrote a description about what I would like in my box, they really listened and they sent me things that I wanted. I wanted something in olive green. I wanted something solid color. I requested something in the gray leopard. Got all those. I also requested jackets and coats, and they sent me this one. So here it is. Beautiful. Love it. But again, a fit issue with it. So they really listened to everything I asked for. The last item in the box is a piece of jewelry. It's wrapped up like this. It's actually 2 pieces. Comes in a little Stitch Fix box, and it's these 2 cuff bracelets. One is silver and one is rose gold. Other than the color, they're identical. And I am just not a fan of rose gold. I don't like it. I'm also not a big fan of cuff bracelets. I mean, the bracelet is pretty enough, but it's really not my style. It's like a wire wrapped around the ring that goes around your wrist. And for me, the cuffs tend to turn like this, and I just don't care for that look where it's open. So this isn't something that I would have picked out for myself. But it is nice that there are 2 of them. You know, if you wanted everything in the box except this, you could always gift it to someone. And same with anything else. If the price is right, you could always gift it. Or what I'm gonna do with several of the items from the fashion box is give them to the local women's shelter. Okay, let's get to the try on. We've got the dogs joining us again. Baron and Roxy over here in the chair, so enjoy them in the background. Here is the first top, and can you tell right away why I'm not keeping it and what the fit issue is here? I love this. I want to keep it. I want to love it more. I want to love it enough to keep it, but as soon as I put it on, and actually on camera it doesn't seem to look that bad, but in person it was like blam. This chevron, the light gray part here, just is like headlights highlighting that area. And then when you turn, there's a seam that goes right across here too that's not very attractive. I think if they'd switched these 2 colors, where this was darker and this was lighter, or all of this was darker, something like that, it wouldn't have that effect where it's just in your face. It was immediate, and I went out and asked the boyfriend what he thought of the top too, and he thought exactly the same thing without me having to say anything. Other than that, I really love it, and I wish that I could keep it. I wish it didn't have that effect. Here's top number 2, which I also want to love. The only problem with it, it looks great overall, and see how it goes down in the back there. I love the tie detail, that's so pretty. I like the V-neck, I think it fits well overall. The only problem is, as cute as this part of the design is, and this isn't tucked in, but it looks like it is. I don't wear tucked in shirts because I like to hide this area, this big poofy area of me. I would rather have just the fabric draping down, and I just don't find that to be a very flattering look on me to have this part not covered. That's the only reason I'm not keeping this one. Otherwise, I love it. And here's top number 3, the green and white stripes. And it fits really well. It's very comfortable. It's very soft. The only problem is I like stripes, but I don't think that they're very flattering on me, especially since I like my hemline to fall like mid-hip, and it's a little long for that, so it scrunches up, and then the stripes are wonky, and I just don't think that's a great look. I've thought about keeping it anyway because I'd like to keep something from the box and have my $25 styling fee go to something that I can keep. So I'm on the fence about whether to keep this one. I thought maybe wearing it with a jacket of some sort would help. So I have two examples to try. I've got my jean jacket for a more casual look, like that. I mean, that looks all right. Still the lines are wonky though, that's bothering me. And then I thought, what about pairing this with a pinstripe jacket? And I wasn't sure if that would work with the wonky lines and the pinstripe being more tailored. I don't know, I sort of like the two contrasting stripes together there. I don't know, what do we think? I'm really on the fence about this top. And then here is the jacket. I'll show you like this. This is a double-breasted jacket, which I do really like. The thing is, it's a little tight on me. I can get it buttoned, but I think it won't be super attractive. It'll be pretty obvious. Yeah, it's pretty obvious that it's tight. It's pulling there. So I would just wear it open unless I was desperately cold somewhere. And I don't know, I'm just okay with this. This is the most expensive item in the box. I'm not crazy about the hood on it. But it is removable, so that wouldn't be a problem. Also, let me just take it off and show you a couple things about it. The material it's made of it's not really stretchy, but it's a pretty casual material. I'm gonna go ahead and move the camera back to normal. So the interior of this jacket, it'd be hard to see the texture, I guess. But you know how a lot of jackets are lined in a kind of a silky, like a smooth material, so when you put it on over clothing, it just slides on and it doesn't really catch your sleeves and pull them up your arm when you're trying to get your arm through. It's definitely a warm coat, and for being such a warm coat, it's kind of thin, which is good. It's not too bulky, but that lining really catches on my clothes and it makes it a little difficult to get in and out of. I also feel like it's not the most flattering fit for me, and this is the most expensive piece of the box, so to pay what this is, and I'll talk about prices in a second, I want to be really in love with it. Okay, let me show you the paperwork because this is interesting and a nice part of the Stitch Fix experience. They send you this paper, and it has a note from your stylist and each of the items that you picked that are paired with other items. So it gives you, like, the item that they sent you is right in the middle, and then they style it with other things to give you ideas about how you could wear these pieces. These are perforated cards, so you could tear these out and keep them in a little box or envelope in your closet and have some ideas for other things you could wear. And in the note to me, she talks about some of the things that I mentioned wanting, what she gave me in the box that matched what I asked for. They really listen. I'm really impressed with the things that they sent me, even though unfortunately there are little problems with each of them. I'm very impressed, and I'm definitely going to try another box with them. I'm also very impressed, let me make sure my address is not on this, it is not. I'm also very impressed with the invoice. So one of the things that you do when you fill out your style information, things that you are interested in, is they give you a list of different items like tops, bottoms, jeans, dresses, jackets, jewelry, handbags, and they ask you what you're willing to spend on each of those, and they really listened to me there too. For almost everything, I said I want the cheapest category that you have because I don't like spending a lot on clothes. But some categories I am willing to pay more for, like jackets. I'm willing to pay a good amount of money for a good quality jacket that will last and that fits well and looks nice on me. I'm also, as you know, willing to pay more for handbags. Although to my knowledge, they don't carry the kinds of luxury bags that we talk about on this channel. But they have every item listed here. They give you the prices, the total, and then they tell you if you get all 5 what the discount would be, and minus the $25 that you already spent on the styling fee. And this was pretty impressive to me. The tops, all of them were under $40. The green and white striped top, the blue blouse with the tie sleeves, and that gray sweater with the leopard print. They were either $38 each or $40 each. And the quality of all the items is really good. So those prices, though they're more than I usually pay at TJ Maxx, they seem very reasonable to me for the quality of these items. And I would be willing to spend that much on them. The bracelets, and remember you got 2 bracelets for this price. Those were $34. So divide that in half, $17 each. Not bad. And then the coat was more expensive because I asked for more expensive coats. To me, I think coats are one thing where when you pay more, you get better quality generally. That was $108. So my total full price was $258 minus a 25% discount. If I kept all three, would be a 64.5% discount, or $64.50 discount. That brings the subtotal to $193.50, but I've already paid $20 on that styling fee, and shipping was free. So that brings the total from $258 all the way down to $168, which is almost $100 difference. And I was impressed with that. And I thought for 5 items, and especially with a nice coat in there, $168 seems like a really good price to me. I just bought 5 tops at TJ Maxx very recently, and I paid about $112, and I didn't get a coat, so that seems very reasonable. And that makes me excited for future boxes, because I feel like they're listening to me, they're sending me things that I like, and there's a good chance I might actually get a box where I want all 5 items. So the next step is, since I am unfortunately returning all these, I just put it all in this USPS envelope and ship it back to them, and I go online and tell them that I'm sending it back. They have, I haven't done this yet, but they have a place where you can tell your stylist why you're returning each item, and that helps them learn more about you and your preferences or your sizing or whatever. And I think that's very helpful too. I am very much looking forward to my next Stitch Fix box, and I'm glad to share it with you. I would encourage you to try it too. There's a link below where you can go check them out, and it doesn't cost anything just to do your profile if you're interested to see what kinds of questions they ask. I like filling out stuff like that. Do any of you like filling out surveys like that? I like it. So go check them out and let me know how your experience is if you get a box from them. Thanks so much for watching. Have a fantastic day. Bye.